Nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretend divided us to the colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, educationally, we are loaded. Mentally, you can check out back to home. Mama and Papa can go say give because anywhere you from, around the world. Come and see who we are. Because you are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's about all you want. Ever been to see you are welcome. Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see who we are. You are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. Biafra, everybody sing you are welcome. Quality education, we can be partners. If you're ready for innovation, Macanina, Igafuna, the talented, to be better.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please share the video as you join.
of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you. By the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had a sosine bigebi. He said,
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on the program today. I appreciate everybody that have connected. Please, as you join, you share the broadcast on your own platform. Share the broadcast to your family and friends. Share it to your relatives. Share the program in any group you belong, in your WhatsApp group, any group you belong, share the program. We have to continue to send this information. You know, we are in a very strong battle. We are in a very intensified battle. The stage that we are now is a very sensitive stage. And you can see that even the media have intensified the attack on the broadcasters. So many broadcasters have been mowed down. You saw yesterday when we were about to hold program yesterday, they didn't allow us to hold this program yesterday. Yesterday when I came online to hold this program, as I started the program and people were tuning into the program and then they cut it off, we could not be able to continue the program yesterday. That is why I have come back today to continue on that yesterday program. But I beg you, please, as you join, you like the program, you share. When you like and you share, you are equally giving us the power to overcome the attack. When you are sharing, as you share and you like, you are giving us power to overcome the attack. We cannot overcome it alone. But when you stay, you don't share and you don't like, it's going to be very difficult. This is a war that we have to fight. The media war has started already. The media war has started already. And you have to help us to overcome this media war. As our men are on the ground, fighting on the ground, people fighting on different angles, people on their knees praying, you have to support anywhere you can. Please, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Kabiam, you have to do so. Support and share the videos to your group where you belong. Share it to family and friends. Share it and let people get the information as we are passing the information, because we are in a critical time. We are in a critical time, a time that we must not allow them to take away our voice. We must not allow them. You remember during the first civil war, they blanketed us in the media. We did not have the media. We had a media blockade. That is why they succeeded in most things that they did, because they blocked us on media. But in this generation that we are in, we must not, for no reason, allow them to take over the media from us. It doesn't matter they attack them. In as much as we are standing on their media, they own it, but yet we have to take responsibility of holding it. We can take it away from them and hold it as we have been holding it. We can't allow that. That is why you must have to keep on sharing and liking as you join. I appreciate every one of you who have been patient yesterday, and we could not be able to continue yesterday. I apologize for yesterday. I sincerely apologize for what happened yesterday. And I appreciate everybody who have been patient to turn back today. And I hope that some of those who have been kicked out will be coming back today also. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect everybody that is here, wherever you are and whatever you are standing for. Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. As we proceed on this very program, you must understand that in this very platform, this is an autopiloted platform by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself. An autopiloted platform by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where I stand. That is where I stand. We speak the truth and nothing but the truth. We do not come here to blackmail. We don't come here to demonize people. We don't come here to preach hate speech. We do not come here to attack people or to promote violence. No, that is not what we do. What we talk about here is something that concerns the Biafra people. We talk about our defense, our self-defense, how we can protect ourselves from the enemy. That is what we talk about. To educate ourselves, educate our brothers and sisters, educate the Biafran people. Talk to ourselves, to encourage ourselves to stand firm in this critical time that we are in. In this critical, it is not we that choose that. We didn't choose the path. We didn't choose this path. But the situation have warranted us that we have to choose this path that we have chosen. And we have no regret in choosing the path of choosing. We have no regret in choosing, and we cannot go back. Just as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in his words, that consistency is the key. We are very consistent, building on the foundation laid by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand. And today, yesterday program, I'm going to continue with it, where I was saying, if you look at the topic, I said, the stone that the builder rejected has become the chief cornerstone. The stone that the builder rejected is about to be the chief cornerstone. I intentionally use about to be, but I know that the stone that the builder rejected already is the chief cornerstone. For those who might not understand it, that is why I put it in the way that it's about to be. But you and I know that the rejected stone has become the chief cornerstone. In all angles, in all ramifications, it doesn't matter where you place it. It doesn't matter where you place it. But today, we are talking about Biafra struggle. The restoration of Biafra. The liberation of Biafra. The liberation of Biafra where we are today. That is where we are discussing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, starting from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that gave you and I the voice that we have today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rejected. He was called different kinds of names. If you can remember, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started in 2010 and 2011, it was very, very difficult for people to listen to him. People were calling him different kinds of names. There is no kind of name that was not given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a move to tell them about the terror that is about to come, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about the evil that the Fulanis are performing in Biafra land today, nobody have heard about it. People are still blind about it. Nobody was paying attention. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went all the way to the United States and he was telling them and warning them, equip the Biafrans to protect themselves for the day ahead. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying for the rainy day, crying for the rainy day, crying for the rainy day. Just like the John the Baptist were crying, but nobody heard him. They refused to listen. Some called him a rumor monger. Some called him a froster. Some called him a blackmailer. Some called him different kinds of names. But today, where are we? Where are we? Every single one of them who has insulted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that visit on the United States, today, they are the ones pioneering the movement. Every one of them have come to realize their mistake. And today, United States is still the people that are championing the restoration of Biafra today. The rejected stone has finally become the chief cornerstone. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying and shouting, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting, some people were taking him for granted. They thought it was a joke. He warned and warned and warned, and people thought it was a joke. Today, Every single one of them who has spoken evil about, including his enemy, so many of them are confessing. They can't hide their shames anymore. Including the politicians, so many of them are confessing at one time or the other. When you listen to them after their lies and blackmail, they will still come down to confess. They will confess the work that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done so far. And the blackmail has not stopped. Today, after they have succeeded in taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu away from us, today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, through the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, anointed somebody to take over from him. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra today. When Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board, the same attack came. They came from all angles, all manner of wars. They spoke all manner of evil. They planned all manner of things against Mazi Simon Ekpa. They stopped him from broadcasting in a place where we worship, in a hallowed platform that we worship. In a hallowed platform, blessed, a hallowed platform, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu directed that he should go there and broadcast. They said over their dead body. They blackmailed him. They said he's not a member of IPOB. When they realized he's a member of IPOB, they said he didn't take an oath. They rendered he took an oath. They said he didn't want to sign an agreement. It was all targeted at stopping him from speaking to the Biafran people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself knew very well the people around him, and he knew the challenge he's going to face. And he warned and told him to stand firm against all attack. He warned beforehand and told Simon Ekpa, don't be deterred, stand in the truth. Do not shake an inch, stand in the truth. And today, we thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that Simon Ekpa is still standing up to this minute. When Simon Ekpa came on board to take that responsibility that Chukwu Okike Abiama gave him, everybody, all hell break loose. They push all manner of propaganda against him. They call him names. They say the Zoological Republic is paying him. Every single thing they have said against him, all the attack and rejection of the brother, the more they attack him, the more the Biafran people embrace him. The more they reject him, the more the Biafran people receive him. The more they say don't listen to him, the more Biafran people begin to listen to him. The more they attack him, the more he continues to grow. And today, that rejected stone has finally become the chief cornerstone. That rejected stone has finally become the chief cornerstone. As it stands today, unless you are lying to yourself, unless you are not truthful, if you are sincere and truthful, you can agree with me that today, the reason why we are still standing firm and speaking loud and louder than ever is because of the tenacity and the strength that have been empowered in Mazi Simon Ekpa. The support the Biafrans are getting from Mazi Simon Ekpa. When the people who were supposed to pick up the banner, when all of them became weak, all of them became tired, all of them became retired, so many of them lost out. What happened? Mazi Simon Ekpa picked up that banner. He picked up the banner. He continued against. There was no kind of attack that they didn't give to him. I could remember in one of the broadcasts Mazi Simon Ekpa made when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Mazi Simon Ekpa was making that program. He couldn't finish that program. He broke down. He broke down. For a man to share tears in the open, in the public, you know what it is? He broke down in that program. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, earlier when he was kidnapped, when the attack and pressure were coming from all corners, when he gave that revelation of the autopilot, within that time he gave that revelation. I think it was either in that program or the next day he did that program. He made the revelation of autopilot. In that program, he cried. He was crying. He couldn't finish the program. He could not conclude the program. And what did the saboteurs do? They were laughing. They were laughing at him. They say, see him. He says he's a man and he's crying. They say he's a man and he's crying. But he know what he was going through. He know what he's seen. It was Chukwu Okike Abiama himself that were revealing things that will happen when they have not happened. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama. After that tears he shared on live television, after that tears he shared on live program, he picked up himself again and he continued and he vowed never to step aside. He vowed that as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains there, that he will do everything possible to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. No matter what it takes, because he himself realized that it was part of the reason why they went ahead to betray Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to sell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was allowing genuine people to come into the struggle. These people wanted this struggle to be a movement. They wanted to be a political movement. A political movement. That is why when you begin to add the dot, when you begin to join the dot together, you begin to see that every of these people today who are claiming to be members of IPOB has never been member of it. These are the people who were working with the deputy. Remember the deputy, watch most of the program. The deputy's intention is to make sure that he wanted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to transform the IPOB, that is meant as a freedom organization, to begin to be a political movement. That was the advice that was coming from the deputy, from the way he was speaking. If you watch most of the comments he made when Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped, or when he was having problems with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, most of the things he was saying, you will discover that his own intention and his own plan was to turn the IPOB. He wanted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to change Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to change IPOB to a political movement. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew the assignment that Chukwu Okabia gave him. Chukwu Okabia did not tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go and contest election. He didn't tell him to go and form a political movement. The responsibility that was placed on the shoulder of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was to free the Biafran people from the midst of these criminals, from the midst of these killers. That was the job that was given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not shy away from that job. From the very first day he picked up that battle, he was fighting. Very, very consistent. That is why in every broadcast that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made, he will tell you that we are consistency personified. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell you that the only key you need, the major key that you need for you to strive to the end and get Biafra, is for you to be consistent in your demand. Be consistent and go and check. Since when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this very struggle, he has been very, very consistent. Even when they brought the restructuring, he told them, go and get the restructuring. When you get the restructuring, come and show it to me. Let's see the kind of restructuring you brought. Then we can be able to talk. Did they go for the restructuring? They didn't go. They brought Python down to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At every time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given an opportunity for them to do that, he has always stood on his ground, fighting for the liberation of his own people by all means possible. He went further to say that anybody that knows what he or she will do to make sure that Biafra comes, go ahead and do it. But today, what are those people doing? What are they doing? What are those people? When you talk with them, you see, when you talk with them, when you meet them, sometimes when you go to their program or when they come to my platform, the only thing they will be asking is that, when did you join IPOB? That is their first argument. Initially, the only embarrassment they used to make people is to ask you, are you a member of IPOB? That question today is dead. That question today is dead. Since Chukwu Okabia started piloting the IPOB, the original IPOB, since Chukwu Okabia started piloting IPOB, that question of, are you a member of IPOB, have died. But before, that is the question they used to scare people. You see your fellow brother who is a Biafran yourself. The only question you have for him is asking, are you a member of IPOB? That has been the question they were using to threaten people and drive people away from the struggle. But today, since Chukwu Okabia have taken over the struggle, autopiloted, that very question have died a natural death. They can't even stand bold again to ask people, are you a member of IPOB? They don't have the boldness anymore. That question is dead. That was one of the questions they used to destroy the IPOB initially. When they used to scare people away. They used to scare people. They begin to blackmail you and tell you you're not a member of IPOB. And once they say that, nobody should listen to you. Because you're not a member of IPOB, nobody should listen to you. Even when you are making sense. But these people, how deaf and dumb they are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu listens to people who are not members of IPOB. As long as you are meaningful and making sense. He has said it several times in his broadcast that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he stands for justice. And justice, injustice against one is injustice against all. Regardless where you belong. That was why when Showore had a problem, why Showore was in problem, he was talking on behalf of Showore. He was speaking on behalf of Showore. Why Showore was in problem, he was standing for him. But you see these people, they embrace a different thing. They do not want to listen to voice of reason. The only thing, the challenge they will give it, are you a member of IPOB? They use it to scare away so many people who had meaningful contribution to make. And I thank Chukwu Okabia that Chukwu Okabia used our spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa to destroy that very narrative. That very narrative of asking somebody if you are the son of your father, is that not an insult? You see a Biafran, somebody from the old southeastern region, making a suggestion on how to better the future of you and him, and then you're asking him, are you a family member? It is good to be a family member of IPOB. Absolutely right, it is good. There's nothing bad in being a family member. If you can be a family member, it is good and encouraged to be a family member. But it is not a criteria for you to disregard people or to insult people or refuse a meaningful contribution. It should not be a yardstick. But this is what they did. Begin to scare people away. They will ask you, are you a member of IPOB? When they try that one, they see that the movement the autopiloted IPOB have killed that question. It died a natural death. They stop asking it. They transfer into, are you an oath member? Are you an oath member? They talk the issue of oath. They were singing oath as if it's a different. They were singing that music, using it to scare people away. Using it to scare people who have a meaningful contribution to make. They use that oath to scare them away. But at the end of the day, because Chukwu Okeke took over autopilotedly, that very old question died a natural death. They can't have the boldness to ask somebody today, are you an oath member? Because every single person that have betrayed this struggle during the tenure of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are all people who have taken oath. The people that sold our spirit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were the people who claim to have taken oath. The people today who are still swearing that Biafra will not come, they are people who have taken oath. Go and check all of them. You see, these people are so daft. They are so daft that I thank Chukwu Okeke. If not for our brother Master Simon Epa, some of these people would have still been caged. So many people have still been caged. But today, Chukwu Okeke used Simon Epa to break that barrier. And today, Biafrans are free in the hands of those evil men. Today, the IPOB have been sanitized. The original IPOB that Chukwu Okeke have handed over to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying, he said, those who are born for this mission to rescue Biafra. He wasn't saying those who are oath members. No. That should give you something if you're sensible. Each time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was praying and calling for people, calling for 100 men, people who are going to bring Biafra, he said, those who were born for this purpose. He was never saying those who took oath or those who are members of IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never used those words. Remember, I told you, there is nothing wrong in being a family member of IPOB. There is nothing wrong in being a family member of IPOB. But for you to use that as a yardstick to measure people or allow people to talk or not to talk or contribute or not to contribute, that is the greatest mistake you can make in your life. You are not right. You are not right. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the foundation, who laid the foundation that we are following today? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on his own. We have never seen one day that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was fighting against somebody simply because the person did not join IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu supports every single human being living on the planet Earth, including the Janjaweed, the Fulani people, if they are being oppressed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak about it. Mazi Nnamdi, the politicians, once they do something that is right, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu applaud them. In as much he doesn't have anything to do with them, he cannot stay on the table, he doesn't have any agreement with them, they don't have the same ideology. But when they do something that's right, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commends them. That is how human beings behave. That is how human beings behave. That is how human beings behave. Those who have the conscience in them, that's how they behave. But what do you see? What do you see today? You see, sometimes when things happen initially, you will not know. I continue sometimes when I think about the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it pains me and hurts me deeply. I feel the pain. I know what is going through. But when you look at it, the kind of success we have achieved today, the kind of success we have made today, at least to know people who are genuinely fighting for Biafra, it is great. It is a very important and great thing to do. That is why our spokesperson, Man Samuel, can be boldly now tell you that in 2023, that Biafra will come. How can 70 million people, Biafrans, not be able to get their freedom from few people? From the Fulani? How many are Fulanis? How many are there? We are even much more populated than during the Civil War. We have much more experience, everything we have it double than we had in the past. Even when they fought us with the whole world there. But today, we have people in every country of this world. There are Biafrans who are doing exploits. In every country of this world today, any place you go, you will see Biafrans in their government playing politics in so many countries of the West. You see their fear. And you think somehow that they're going to fold their hand and now watch somebody impose any evil or begin to. It cannot happen again. Stop being afraid. It cannot happen. The stage we are now is a stage to liberate Biafra. The time is ripe. We thank Chukwu that we are working with people who knows the value of time. Mazin Nandekano knows the value of time. And Simon Ekpa, who is now building on that foundation, knows the value of time, and he calculates accurately the time. That is why when he says certain things, people who do not pay attention to time will be confused. But when he says certain time, makes some declaration, compare it to what Mazin Nandekano have been saying all this way, they are going to the same direction with the same date. The 2023 announcement, Mazin Nandekano in his own broker said that by 2022 that the zoo will totally destroy. That even if they want to conduct an election, we are not going to be part of it. Biafra will be gone. Did you hear that? Mazin Nandekano said it. I didn't say it. So when Mazin Simon Ekpa announced 2023, I knew that he was right, and that he's going to come. There's no need to doubt him. There's no need to doubt him. Those who are doubting are those who are not paying attention to things. Please share the video as you're joining. Share the video and click like and share the video. This is the way we can be able to overcome the attacks that are coming. If you don't share and you don't like, notification is not going to get others. As you are sharing and liking, you are equally doing something. We are in the critical time, as I said before. This is the time that we have to decimate information, and everybody has to be encouraged. It is a difficult time. If anybody tells you it's going to be easy, it's not going to be easy. Even Mazin Nandekano told us that it's not going to be an easy task. But at the end, we are going to win. Mazin Nandekano said it will not be an easy task, but at the end, we are going to emerge victorious. And I have nothing to doubt. I don't doubt him. I have no reason to doubt Mazin Nandekano. Neither do I have any reason to doubt Mazin Simon Ekpa today. I can't doubt Mazin Simon Ekpa because he is building on the foundation led by Mazin Nandekano. Even after the rejection today, it is very clear that the rejected stone has finally become the chief cornerstone. The rejected stone, with all the attack, all the name called, all the blackmail, today, every one of them, go and look at them. What are they doing on the platform? They have all disappeared. Every one of them have disappeared to zero. Meanwhile, Mazin Simon Ekpa is growing from glory to glory, from strength to strength, from one level to the other. His levels are increasing. His levels are increasing. You can't change what you have signed. What is written is written. What is written? As you put it use or that's why every time I broadcast, I always try to explain this issue of autopilot. Because the very day Master Simon Ekpa mentioned autopilot, I was in that program. It was a live program. And he didn't give it as a name. He did not give it a name. He was giving it as a revelation that was given to him. He said that a time will come when the movement of the struggle is going to be autopiloted. That people are going to be doing extraordinary things on their own. Then he advised the leadership he advised them to pray that Chukwu Okike will give them the strength and the wisdom to manage that very time when it comes. Instead of them to pay attention to that prophecy. What did they do? Because Master Simon Ekpa was not in a church. Master Simon Ekpa never claimed to be a prophet. Because they never respected him. Because of their evil in their heart. Because of their wickedness. Instead of paying attention to that very revelation, pray towards it and ask for more wisdom. They didn't. What they did, they focused on attacking him. They begin to think about how to share money, how to make themselves relevant. The struggle becomes about them. It was the only thing you hear from their mouth. After that broker, the only thing you hear from their mouth is command and control. The only thing they were command and control. Structure. What structure? What structure are you protecting? What structure? Today, the song of structure that I have been singing, they have destroyed every single of those structures. They destroyed it by themselves. They destroyed that thing. Even the structure. They don't even know what structure is all about. They don't even know what structure is about. The structure is not the human being. The human being in it can be changed at any time. The structure remains there. The structure remains there. The way Mazin Nandekano place it, that is the way, and nobody can change it. Every structure that Mazin Nandekano put in place is still there. And Master Simon Ekpa is making sure that the autopiloted group are making sure that those structures remain the way it is. But the human being in it doesn't mean if you are not pure, we are going to throw you to the dustbin. Sanitizing, that is what we are. We sanitize, we clean the room and place a new thing in it. That is what you do. That is what you do. When your home is dirty, when you look at your room and you see that your room is dirty, what you have to do is to clean it up. Clean it up. You clean it up so that the human being can be able to breathe in it. That is exactly what the autopilot is doing today. Sanitizing. And Chukwu Okekabon have used Mazi Simon Ekpa to sanitize. Today, as you are watching this video, let me tell you, they don't matter anymore because the whole work has been done. Today, they are the ones now confessing. Every effort Mazi Simon Ekpa has spent to expose them before, today they have come, they are the one confessing. Their videos are everywhere. And the funny thing is that some of them don't know when they confess. After confessing, they will come to defend it. They will confess and they will come to defend it. They will confess and they will come to defend it. But is it going to change anything? It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. The structures that Mazi Nane can put on the ground to restore Biafra, they are still intact. They are all intact, and no man born of a woman can change it. They can't. They can't. The rejected stone has become the chief cornerstone. The rejection started from Mazi Nane. Don't forget, Mazi Nane was rejected. He was rejected. Call different kinds of names. Call different kinds of names rejected. Many black males from east, west, north, and south, people from all angles, we are calling him different kinds of names. But did he stop? He never stopped. He never chickened out. He was still consistent speaking for more than a decade. Do you think it is easy to convince a Biafran? It is not easy to convince a Biafran. That is why I said, even in my next generation, I will still come back as a Biafran. In the next generation, if I'm coming back, if there is something like that, if people do come back, if there is anything like coming back, I am still going to come back as a Biafran, an Igbo Biafran for that matter. I will come back as an Igbo Biafran with no apology to anybody. Because we are people that apply sense in anything we do. For you to convince a Biafran to follow you, for you to convince a Biafran, regardless their tribe, their religion, anybody that's from that old southeastern region, even Ijo, Calabar, Efik, anybody that is a Biafran in the old south, for you to convince them, to make them believe you, you must have to go extra mile to prove yourself. You must go extra mile to prove yourself. And they are not the Biafrans are not the people you are going to force to believe you, or you say command and control. Command yourself. Command yourself. This is what took Mazi Nane more than a decade. It took Mazi Nane more than a decade to convince Biafrans to believe in him and begin to join him and shout Biafra. It touches the whole world. It took him more than a decade. All of a sudden, you think that you can just come within a short period of time, you begin to say command and control, command and control. You don't command anybody. Mazi Nane did not win the love of Biafrans with command and control. Hear it and hear it clear. Mazi Nane did not win the love of the Biafran through command and control. He never did. He won the heart of Biafran. He was able to win the heart of the Biafran because he was sincere, truthful. He was very truthful and he was consistent in his demand. Very, very consistent, undeterred, with all the attack, with all the hatred that is coming from Eastwood. He never changes one day. He didn't switch one day. He was consistent, focused on the direction that he was going. That was how Mazi Nane was able to win the heart of Biafra. It wasn't by command and control. And any genuine person in the planet Earth should know that in respect, you earn your respect. You don't command respect. You earn it. The only lasting respect you can get is to earn it. You earn it. You earn your respect. You don't command control. You don't command it. When you earn your respect, it's going to be with you for a very long time. It will be with you for a very long time. But when you are commanding control, people might decide to obey you because out of fear, or what they're getting from you, they decide to obey you and follow you. When you earn your respect, it is going to last forever. Even when you are not there, people will respect you. Even when you are not there, people will respect. That is why it is important to earn respect. Even in our various homes, in our various relationships, in anything we are doing, try as much as possible to earn your respect. You don't get it by command and control. More especially to Biafra, you cannot command and control any Biafran man. Even Mazen Nandi himself said it, that the most difficult people to convince in this planet Earth is the Biafran people. The Biafran, before a Biafran man will give you a dime, before a Biafran man, somebody from the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast will bring out a dime and give you for a mission, you must have explained your ass what you're going to do with it. You must have to give an account what you're going to do with it. It is not easy to convince a Biafran person. It's not easy. That is why you see all those ones who we are shouting different kinds of things, different kinds of nonsense, talking all different rubbish. Today, can they be able to raise any fund for themselves? They can't. But because Mazi Simon Ekpa himself is building on the foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Biafrans see it clearly. The Biafran people have seen the consistency in Mazi Simon Ekpa. Very, very consistent, undeterred. Very, very consistent to the core. And truthful. And he was able to win the heart of the Biafran. Starting from the day that very sit-at-home was cancelled. From the moment they collected money and cancelled the sit-at-home, our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, saw it. And he came to broadcast. He said, they have cancelled the sit-at-home. And they said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, but the people said no. So I stand with the people. And the people have right to make their choice. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come, we apologize to him. If it's what he said, we say we apologize. But for we cannot allow you to continue to be there without doing anything. That is how a leader thinks. That is how a leader thinks. But those saboteurs, what did they do? They were busy handing their own brothers and sisters over to the enemy to kill. They were busy acting as informants to the enemy. They were busy. People who say they are fighting for freedom, they were taking their own brothers. They even made announcement in a hallowed platform that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu worship. A place that we all worship in a hallowed platform. They stayed there and they were telling the Janjaweed to go and arrest anybody that sits at home for the release of their leader. What else do you want to hear? What else do you want to convince you? I thank Chuko Kema where we are today. The stage we are today, just as Mazi Simon Ekpa said, it is not time to blackmail, time to look left and right. Why I'm saying certain thing I'm saying is for those who are still sitting on the fence, who are thinking that maybe, let me tell you, there is no need to sit on the fence. If you are sitting on the fence today, you are evil. If you are not hot, you are not cold. You are evil. It's better either you are hot or cold. It's either you are here or you are there. There's nothing like being in between. There is nothing like being in between. Just like the clowns that we come and tell you, let us support Peter Obi. If he doesn't win, then you come and story for Biafra. Are you not crazy? You are mad. It's only a madman that thinks in that level. And if you are mad, don't think that every other Biafran is mad. Not all of us. We still have good percentage of Biafrans who are sane, who are mentally sound. So if you're mad, continue with your madness and continue to go with it and pray that your madness keeps you until Biafra comes so that we can cure you. But if it doesn't keep you, the same Janjaweed that made you mad will take you. They will take you out. They will take you out. There is no going back. The state we are now, restoration of Biafra, liberation of Biafra, liberation. And the liberation has started. It has started. If you cannot see it, if you can't see it with your eye, you will hear it with your ear. If you are deaf and dumb, you cannot be able to hear. You will see it with your eye. And the enemy themselves will confess. We don't have to do. We are not ready for any propaganda or any playing of video or whatever. They will confess when the time comes. Water everywhere. Water everywhere. No, water is the code. That is the code. Water is the code. And it's going on. And as the day goes by, the liberation increases. As the day goes by, it will increase. And I tell you, there will be no election in Biafra land. There will be no election in Biafra land. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter angle you're coming. There will be no election in Biafra land. Please, as you're watching, like and share the video. Like and share. Don't be stingy with the video. Like and share so that others can be able to get it. Like and share. As you are liking and you are sharing, you are equally doing something. You are playing your own role. This is a time we must not play with media. We must not. Information is key. Information is key at this period that we are in. We are in a very sensitive period. Mainly for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. If you have anybody in Biafra, send the information for them. Send it to them. Send the video to them. Share it on your platform. Any forum you belong, share the video on that platform. Any WhatsApp group you belong, share in that WhatsApp group. Any forum, share it. So that people will hear our voice and know what is going on. Because some people in Biafra land do not get the information. Tell them, advise them to listen to Voice of Biafra. 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra. Tell them to listen to Voice of Biafra. Those that have access to internet, they should go to Twitter and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa. Follow all the tweets. He is tweeting every hour, every 30 minutes. You get an information. Watch his program on daily basis. Follow all the Autopilot platform. If you do that, you're going to be safe. We don't want anybody to be taken unaware. The Biafran people have died enough. A lot of Biafran have lost their life. They have lost their life in the hand of the enemy. Not because they committed any crime. Not because they did anything wrong. Not because they kidnapped anyone. Not because they were. It is because they, just simply because they are Biafrans. People are still in prison as you're watching the video. As you are watching me, they are still arresting people today simply because they are Biafrans. Not because they were fighting in the front. Not because they committed any crime. Because they are Biafrans. Some people are being locked up in the northern part of Nigeria. Some have died. Their part removed from them. No burial for them. Some of your brothers and sisters have been taken away and they lost their life without conducting any burial. They took their past and they sold it out. Can't you go cover that you are alive today? So if you are alive, all we have to do is to stop that evil from happening. We have to stop it. It is no longer for us to be complained. We have complained enough. We have complained and complained and complained and complained. We have cried and cried and cried. We have written letter. Mazen Nandekana have walked to United Nations with his food and complained. The Amnesty International have seen video evidence. They have seen so many evidence which they play by themselves, and yet nothing is changing. The only option that remains for us is self-defense, and that is why today, in the new dimension that Mazen Nandekana has spoke about, this self-defense have been activated in full force. Self-defense, defending Biafra land with the equal measure that the enemy is coming with. That is where we are today. The self-defense of Biafra land, defending Biafra land with the equal measure the enemy is coming to us for. And it is not a crime. International law supports self-defense. African charter law supports self-defense. Nigerian law itself supports self-defense. You have had their governors equipping their people. You saw their governors equipping their own people, giving them things to equip themselves. Governors in the Zulu Republic, even governors in the north, handing weapons over to their people. You heard the governor of Benue State saying that he is going to equip his own fort with the same equal measure, AK-47 or what is more than that he's going to give to them to protect the land. Ogun State Ondo State is still saying that they are going to equip Amoteku, whether they like it or not, they will equip them. So when we are talking about self-defense, you don't talk about self-defense. You don't go to defend yourself against a person with something that is lower than what he's holding. You don't go to somebody holding an automatic rifle with a double barrel and say you are committing suicide. You are committing suicide. And they have realized it. Some of the governors have realized it. And this is what Mazen and you see what we see sleeping. What we see sleeping. If those people in Zolera Republic, all those one Nigerians, if they stay awake for 100 years, they will not see it. What the autopiloted IPOB members see, the people, original autopiloted IPOB members, under the spokesmanship of Mazen Simon Ekpa and on leadership of Mazen Nandekano, what we see sleeping, if they stay awake for years, they are not going to say it. They're not going to say it. That is why you must thank God for you to be alive today. Thank God for you to be among those who are going to make this history. It is very important. Everything you do is, let me tell you, you have been rejected for a very long time, but today, you and I, not just Mazen Nandekano and Simon Ekpa, you that is watching me on the comment station, you have become the chief cornerstone. You that is watching me, autopiloted member that is watching me, you have become the chief cornerstone to rescue Biafra. And they know it. Go and check their press they are releasing. Whenever they are making any press interview, issue of a Biafra song, you always see here, the name they will mention there must be Simon Ekpa. Go and check. Presently, everything they talk about Biafra, once they mention our eternal leader, they will talk about our supreme leader, Mazin Nanikan. Then they talk about Simon Ekpa. That shows you that you're on the right path. The chief, you have become the chief cornerstone to rescue Biafra. And because you are truthful and consistent, thank you for you. You should be happy. You should be happy. We are building on the foundation led by Chukwu Okikabiyama himself through Mazen Nandekan, and we are not moving an inch. Working with the time. Chukwu Okikabiyama made it that in 2023 we are going home. So it doesn't matter any news, all those things they are saying is noise. It doesn't matter the noise you're seeing. It doesn't matter the noise you see. On that day, when the time comes, you see what happened to the lepers, those lepers who scared away millions of men. Those of you who are Christians, there was a story of a place when there was hunger in Israel. When the lepers went and the people, the army of Assyria or whatever, heard the noise of the lepers and they ran away. That same miracle is about to happen again. Don't bother yourself about it. Don't forget about people who are bringing false report. Forget about people bringing about false report. For those of you who are Christians, you understand what I'm saying? Like the people who went to go and bring report about the promised land. When Moses told them to go and spy the promised land, some of them came and said they were giants. The people there are giants. They are so giant, we can't be able to confront them. There's no point going there. Just like some people are saying today. Just like some Biafrans are saying, they will tell you the Nigerian government have Tukana jet. Nigerian government have this, they have that. We know they have Tukana jet. We know they have the money, they have the connection. But let me tell you, what we have is greater than whatever they can think of. What we have is something they cannot buy with money and they cannot ever take. We have the gods of our land. And Chukwu Okikabiyama is in charge of the struggle, leading us. That is why you must not shake. That is why you must key in. When you hear Biafra is coming 2023, key in into it and work towards that. Don't be like the people who bring false report. When Moses sent them to go and look at the promised land, go and survey the land, so many of them came. The first said they came and begin to bring bad report. They were giants. We can't be able to confront people there. They are so strong. But the people who were meant for the mission went and came and told Moses, we can go. We will take over. The Lord have said, go and take over and occupy. There's no point for you to begin to think whether to go or not to go. Chukwu Okikabiyama have said that 2023, that he is going to give us Biafra. So who are you to doubt? And the worst thing is that the more you doubt, the more you remove yourself from witnessing Biafra coming. Go and check. I give you examples from the Bible because myself, I'm a Christian. I give you examples from the Bible. That everybody that doubted the coming of Israelites, everybody that doubted that Israelites are going to go to the promised land, every one of them that distracted Moses, they were not able to enter the promised land. They saw it, but they didn't enter because of their doubt. So many other people who doubted the revelation of Chukwu Okikabiyama, they could not be able to live to see it. Some of them heard about it, but they didn't see it. Some saw it, but they didn't enter. That is why you must not doubt. When you hear a word coming, claim it and work towards it. Let me tell you, we are going home 2023. As I always say, already I'm in Biafra. I smell Biafra. I hear Biafra. I breathe Biafra. I eat it. So there is nothing, I don't need anybody to begin to tell me, I am already seeing it. So if you are still you are still in your dream, you are still seeing Biafra as a dream, you better wake up. Wake up, Biafra is not a dream, it's a reality. A reality that has come to stay. And 2023, you are going to see it manifest. No, it doesn't matter what anybody does. And the strategy have started. It's not that we say it and we sit back. Water. It's happening. That is the code. All you got to do is to put your ears on the ground. Open your eyes. You're going to see things happening. And more are going to happen. More are going to happen. The rejected stone has finally become the chief cornerstone. And those who said that instead of the autopiloted group to bring the Biafra, instead of Simon Ekpa to lead the coming of Biafra, let it not come. Sorry. Too late. Too late. As you have chosen death for yourself, you said instead of Biafra to come through Autopilot group or Master Sam that let you be taken away. You don't want to see such Biafra, and you are not going to see it. You will not live to see it. I only pity your family who might not have money to buy a casket for you. And you, being a greedy person, you cannot buy a casket and keep for yourself. What you should have done now is to buy a casket and keep for yourself. Because 2023, that Biafra you don't want to see is going to appear. The last miracle on the planet Earth is going to happen next year. Do you know why Mazina is going to call it the last miracle? You don't know. You don't know. It's something that unimaginable. People will not believe how it's going to happen. Because even as I'm making this broadcast, some people are still laughing. As I'm making this broadcast, some of them will watch it and say, "Don't mind this crazy man. He doesn't know what he's talking about." From where are they going to start? As I'm making this broadcast, some people are still mocking us. As you're watching this broadcast, some people will be watching it and be mocking us. They say, "Look at these idiots. Where do they have the military or the power to face the zoo?" That is why Mazen Nani can say it's going to be the last miracle on the planet Earth. And it's going to happen. And Mazen Nani can went further to say that the way Biafra is going to come, it will come in a way that you and I will not take glory for it. Nobody will take glory of the coming of Biafra when it comes. Mazen Nani can, in his own word, said that Biafra will come in such a way that every human being living on the planet Earth will know that it is only Chukwu Okabiama can make that possible. That is why when you hear Biafra is coming in 2023, believe it. Don't work with your own human knowledge. Don't work with your own human. There is a place you don't apply. There are certain issues you don't apply human knowledge. I am not saying you should be stupid. I'm not saying you shouldn't apply your common sense. I'm not saying that you should be useless. But there are certain issues that you must not apply human knowledge. There are certain issues of your life, situation that you hand over to Chukwu Okabiama and watch him. All you got to do is that when he tells you that it's going to happen, just focus and walk towards it. Just walk towards it. Don't say that because Chukwu Okabiama said that it's going to come, then you sit back. No. Don't say that because Chukwu Okabiama has promised us Biafra in 2023 that we'll sit back. No, we are going to walk towards that. As that prophecy have come, what you have to do is to do everything humanly possible. And we are going to get there. Akachukwu there. The warning has been coming from a very long time. Those who are willing to listen should listen. If you are still a Biafran and you are serving in the Zoological Republic military or police, be careful. Be careful. When they send you after your people, don't go. Anytime they send you after your people, do not go for your own sake. It's a candid advice. If you are not only Biafran, if you are an indigenous person in that Zoological Republic, regardless your tribe, regardless your religion, whoever you are, and they send you to Biafra land, kindly resign, tender your resignation. If you don't want to tender your resignation, may your soul rest in peace. That's all I got to say. Because you're going to meet God. Then when you meet God, then you tell God why you came to take the life of the children of Chukwu Okabiama. What have He done? You have to explain to God why you came to take the life of children of Chukwu Okabiama. You explain what have we done? What have we done wrong? That will be your own responsibility to explain. If you have a brother, you have an uncle, you have a friend who is serving in the military or the police, if they cannot be able to be inside and sabotage the Zoological Republic, if they can have that braveness of that sacrifice, if they can stay inside and continue to sabotage, it is okay. If they cannot have that confidence and that bravery to sabotage inside, they should tender their resignation. Tender your resignation. Mainly when they send you to Biafra land, tender your resignation. You know you will never listen. They will never listen. They will never ever listen until when they begin to happen. Already it's happening. But we will continue to sing it. Sing it so that those of us who has friends in the military, regardless your tribe, I don't want to know. I don't want to know your religion. Anyway, if they send you to Biafra land, you're not going to return alive. If they send you to Biafra land to come and take innocent life, you can never ever return alive. Whatever mission you are sending Biafra land to quench Biafra, you are coming there because of Biafra struggle. They are coming there to fight against the IPOB. They are coming there to look for ESN. You can never, ever return alive because you are tempting your God. You can't return alive. Mazen Nandekano said that prayer ever before he was taken away from us. That is why I tell people, there was a video I just watched. I wish I can start playing video. Maybe very soon I will start playing videos on my platform again. A video I just watched where the ambassador, our ambassador brothers, we are advising these sacked people. Where our ambassador brother was advising these people who are mentally sick, who call themselves Biafrans, who call themselves agitators, but are not. He was telling them that if he has to advise them, that he will tell them that stop expecting any message from Mazen Nandekano. Stop expecting any instruction from Mazen Nandekano. That Mazen Nandekano has given Biafran people every goddamn instruction you need to hear. He has given it. Every message you want to hear, Mazen Nandekano have delivered it. Every information you want, Mazen Nandekano have given it. That the only thing you have to do today is to continue to pursue the actualization of Biafra, and this is the right time and the easiest time for you to pursue it and get it. This is the advice from the Ambazonia people. An Ambazonia brother was advising on a program that they invited him in. This Zama people invited him. I saw the video, I watched it. I'm going to play that video when I start playing that. I'm going to play it. You see an advice that an Ambazonia brother was giving them. That you should, when Master Simon Ekpa came out and made an announcement and said that we will not take command from the DSS anymore. Any second-hand information, we are not part of it, that we are moving forward. That is not enough. Mazen Nandekano himself said, if you don't see me, you know what to do. So does it mean that these people all along, they are not listening to Mazen Nandekano? All along, all these people that surrounded Mazen Nandekano, he's our leader, he's our savior, he's our savior. They were not listening. They were just entertaining themselves. They were just entertaining themselves. That is why after Mazen Nandekano was kidnapped, you are waiting for him to come and fight. Somebody that was fighting for you outside, now he's in the hand of the enemy. You still want him to begin to fight for you in the hand of the enemy. Are you not sick? It means you never learned anything from him. That is what it means. You didn't learn any single thing from Mazen Nandekano. That is what it means. If you are sitting waiting for Mazen Nandekano to come and fight for you, Mazen Nandekano, knowing fully well that so many people around him are daft, he went ahead to say that if you don't see me, burn down the zoo. In burning down the zoo, there are so many ways to do it. There are so many ways to burn down the zoo. And today, the only group that is burning down the zoo is Autopilot. Let me tell you, burning down the zoo doesn't only mean taking gun and shooting up and down. Civil disobedience can cripple the zoo. You see how they are crying for only Monday sit at home. Monday sit at home that the autopiloted group has been supported. People are not forced. People are not, it's not enforced. Autopilot have been encouraging Biafra people to sit at home, and today you see how they are crying. First of all, they will tell you it doesn't concern you, it's only in the southeast. But today, they are feeling the heat. They cannot say anything without mentioning sit at home. Those are means of burning down the zoo. Civil disobedience can burn down the zoo. But what do you see? While our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, was busy listing the civil disobedience that we're supposed to go through, he listed civil disobedience about how many civil they will put in place. They castigated it, they made sure it didn't start, they fought against it, and they made sure it didn't start. And he overlooked them and went ahead. He went ahead and get to the top of it. They went to the top of it. They went to someone abandoned them with their civil disobedience. Today, we entered into full-time self-defense. Let me use that word. Because when we call it armed struggle, some of them will be misinterpreting it. Self-defense, that's where we are today. No longer a time when you kill your friends and will complain, we'll take picture and share. No. When you take our person, we'll take your person. When you come to take us, we'll take you out. Anything you do to us, we do to you. An eye for an eye. That is where we are today. Water. And you can see it happening. It is happening. That is why, let me tell you, it is, I say it in every broadcast, that it is not the wish of the Biafran people to take any innocent life. We are not praying that any innocent person, regardless your religion, regardless your tribe, regardless, no matter whom you are, we don't want any innocent blood to be shared. That is not our desire. It doesn't matter whom you are. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter. We do not appreciate the loss of life of the innocent people. Shedding of innocent blood. That is not part of Biafra. Biafrans, we respect life. Life. Only Chukwu Ogabe can give life. Only him can take. No human being has the right to take away your life. The part that you see today that is playing out, it is not, we didn't choose that part. It was forced on us. The same way they forced the civil war on us. The same way Ojukwu was begging them, Ojukwu was literally begging them. Is there any political means to solve this problem? Bring it on. Is there any means? Ojukwu took them to Aburi to stop the civil war. He took them to Aburi to make sure there is nothing called, there's no war. Called for peaceful way. They said no. And they brought war from Biafra. The same thing is what they are doing today. The same thing, the same script is what they are playing today. The same script. Mazen Nande can have told them, referendum. All you got to do is just conduct a referendum. If the Biafrans say they want to stay in the Zuluka Republic, so be it. They remain there. But if they say they want to go, you let them go. It is not only Biafran people. Even our Oduduwa brothers are demanding for self-determination. Our Oduduwa brothers are asking for self-determination. The middle belt are asking for self-determination. Why won't these evil men who call themselves the representative, why won't they carry out the demand of their people? The Southwest, as I can see, 80% of the people in the Southwest, they want to get out of the Zuluka Republic, and they are standing for self-determination. Go and see their rallies. When Igbo was on the ground, when Igbo was in the Zuluka Republic, you saw their rallies. That rally will show you that 90% of the Oduduwa people want to get out of the zoo. 90%. Are you talking about Biafra land? In Biafra land, 99.9% of Biafrans want to get out of the zoo. In the Middle Belt, about 70% of them in the Middle Belt want to get out of the zoo. So, with this percentage and people who say they are practicing democracy, why wouldn't your lawmaker go to the House of Assembly, go to the House of Senate, and begin to discuss this self-determination? Instead, they are busy discussing what I don't know, discussing Igbo presidency. Igbo presidency by food. A president, something that that will never ever come to you. Today they are confessing. They have already started confessing. All those people, obedient and obedient group. I saw one of them made a video. All those obedient. I saw one of them was literally shouting and crying, making a video that Peter Obi is going to lose the election woefully if something is not done. When we say it, they take it for a joke. But it's good that now they are confessing by themselves. One of them is saying that Peter Obi is going to lose the election. That 90%, that look, let me say 70%. 70% of those people who are going for 1 million march, all those youth, they say youth supporting, that 70% of that youth don't have voters card. They don't have voters card, and there is no chance of getting it. Some of them, when you interview them, they will tell you that they have registered, and you are not going to get it. The person that is saying this in online video is a supporter of Peter Obi, confessing. You see one of his spokesmen also saying that in the north, that is where they will have problem. So you didn't know you have problem in the north. You never knew. They have started confessing. That lady who was speaking about Peter was even advising people. You say you will not give money. That people like these people have started sharing money and card. That Nigerian people will collect money. That all these old women in the village, they will collect money and vote. That the youth you are hoping on, they don't have PVC. As if that is not enough. The INEC chairman came and told us that millions of those people who registered, their registration was wrong. That the registration was cancelled. The INEC chairman came out recently to make a press conference. He said that most of the people that registered, their registration was wrong and it was cancelled. That means that those people are not going to get any PVC. You see, they have started the rigging already. You see, some people in that Zuluka are so daft. An INEC official came out in a video that I posted on my platform. An INEC official came and said that there has never, ever, at any time, been anybody that won election in Nigeria. That nobody has won election in Nigeria. Anytime you make any conduct election, it's always by rigging. The only thing that makes you to win is if you are in the right party to rig for you. If you have people to rig for you, that's how you win. That you don't win election by popularity. You don't win election because you have sense. You don't win election because it's your turn. You win election because you have the machineries to rig for you and you're in the right party. An INEC official said this in a live video. I posted it here. Go to my platform. You will see it on my platform. I see put it on my Facebook on my page, Facebook page. It is there. An INEC official confessing. When we say it, they say no. We don't know what they're saying. Let's support P2B. Support who? Support who? Support who? We cannot. Oh my God. How I wish that Mazen Nandekano is with us. But nevertheless, Chukwokara knows the best. Chukwokara knows the best. Evil men everywhere, bunch of clowns, irresponsible people that cannot think for themselves. Even when they see evil, they call it good. Today, they have started confessing. Our sponsor, Mazen Kamareko, told them that before November, from now to November, that they even P2B himself will begin to confess. Very soon, he begin to confess. It will begin to be clear for him very soon. Before November, P2B himself will begin to see his failure in his own eyes. You see, since when they were doing their 1 million march, maybe you were shouting. They have started a campaign. They started a campaign. Don't you see PDP rally? Haven't you seen PDP rally? Did you see Tinubu rally? 5 million march. Did you see Tinubu rally? You were seeing Obi rally and you think that he's going to change things. Oh, you did it. Sorry for yourself. Sorry for yourself. You should wake up from your slumber. Wake up from your slumber. We are going home. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you support or you don't support. It's not going to change anything. It is not going to change anything. The stage we are now, every Biafran hand must have to be on deck. We have to go. United we stand and divided we fall. But today, I thank Chukwokara that the genuine Biafrans are united, including all the genuine armed groups in Biafra, and they are united, fighting and focused. All the genuine armed groups. Forget about the militants, the irresponsible militants that are there. Forget about the militants that are fighting for pipeline protection. In a time you're supposed to liberate yourself, you are fighting to protect a pipeline. And that is the game of the caliphate. The game, why they throw that contract is to make sure that the militants did not join the Biafra struggle. That was the main purpose of giving the militant that contract. It wasn't to compensate them. It was targeted at the Biafra people. That contract that was given to the militant was targeted at Biafra people. When they saw that Master Simon Ekpa has started uniting all the armed group in Biafra land, when they saw it, they came out with that contract. They came out with that contract and they threw it to them. And you see them, they lost focus. Many of them lost focus, except the BNL. Except the BNL that rejected the contract. Even when Tompolo approached the BNL, Tompolo approached BNL. BNL said that we are for Biafra and nothing else. We are not interested in your pipeline protection. Go ahead. We are not interested. Except the BNL, who are still standing firm. Every other militant that we are supposed to come out and fight for their people, liberate your people once and for all. You say you're a militant. A militant. A militant is somebody fighting for his own people to rescue them. And now you have seen a united force to rescue your people. Instead of you joining, you are joining the enemy. That is a strategy. You see, these people, their strategy is very easy to dictate. It's very easy to decode. Only that they will always get those ones who are gluttons. That you're gonna go. They will always get the gluttons. All those that you're gonna go. They will always get them. If you have longer throat for money, they know when to throw that money out. They gave them a contract of 40 billion, and you see all the militant group in the coastal region, they shut down and begin to focus on how to share money. They lost their focus. That attack was focused, it was channeled, their target was Biafran people. Remember what Buhari said? Remember what Buhari said when he was interviewed? They said they will make sure that they have promised him. Some people have promised him that they will make sure that we don't have access to the sea. A clown talking. Who are you to stop the Biafra from having access to the sea? Who is the person? Who are you? From which parents are you coming from? From which father? It is that promise he said, but that was why he threw that contract for them, to confuse them. And the next day, they're telling us they saw a pipeline where they are stealing oil. It is today, you know, that pipeline was there. All this while for so many years, your navy could not see the pipeline. Your navy that is disturbing, chasing around the militants everywhere. Your navy that's parading everywhere. They didn't see that pipeline. And a pipeline that was led into the sea. That thing was not done in a month. That thing, you see, it wasn't done in a month. It took time until they laid that pipe. And a ship will anchor on that place, take oil and leave. And nobody says anything. You don't see it. Nobody sees it. They only want to use that one now to assuage people, to make sure they distract people. They make sure they distract people to begin to praise their given contract to militants. The people say, oh, it was a good idea. It was a good idea to give that contract to them. You did a very good job. Distraction. Distraction. They intentionally gave out that contract to distract these people, our brothers in the coastal region, to distract them from the struggle. And eventually, because of their love for money, they fell for it. Except for BNL and some other groups. Except for BNL and some other group who stood their ground and said, we are for Biafra, I'm not interested in your pipeline, whatever. Even they used Autopilot to go and approach BNL. And he said, no. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter what you call yourself or whoever you are. You can't stop the coming of Biafra. You can't stop the force that is coming. I have said it that Biafra is a moving train. It doesn't matter how many charms you have in your body. It doesn't matter the native doctor that is doing your medicine. It doesn't matter where you put your life. The train of Biafra will crush you and crush that your native doctor. The train of it doesn't matter where you hang your life. Go, if you like, take your life, go and put it. The only place you can be safe is when you are under the broad umbrella of Chukwuka Abiyama through Biafra. You can only save your life or key in through Biafra. That is when anything you are doing can be able to work for you. As long as you are working against Biafra, no matter whom you are, no matter your tribe, no matter your religion, no matter your location, let me tell you, you are going to pay dearly. The train of Biafra is going to crush you. It's going to run over you. It will be like a hurricane. You cannot survive. You can never ever survive it. It's going to crush you. That is what we are. But we cannot stop. It doesn't matter what they do. We cannot. Biafra is coming. I repeat again. The rejected stone has become the chief cornerstone today. Not is about to be. In my topic, I wrote it is about to be. But I want you to know, as I'm ending this program, have at the back of your mind that rejected stone has become the chief cornerstone. That autopilot that they are calling you as a name, as a mockery, today, autopiloted movement has become the only anchor to rescue Biafrans. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra, has today become the pillar that they talk about everywhere. He has become the figurehead. Mazin Nandekan, they called criminal, they called him one of them, they rejected him. Today, he has become the symbol of justice in the Zulu Republic. Everybody wants to identify with him. Everybody wants to identify with him. If you want to be relevant today, you talk about Mazin Nandekan. If you want to be known, you talk about Mazin Nandekan. The rejected stone has become the chief cornerstone. If you are a member of Autopilot, you should be proud of yourself. This very platform, I repeat, is an autopiloted platform. Autopiloted by Chukwuka Abiyama himself under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nandekan. That is where we stand. Our symbol is truth. Our motto is consistency personified. That is our memory verse here. Consistency is the key. That is our memory verse. Consistency is the key. Unshakable, unbribable. Mazi Nandekan can use that word, and that is where we stand. Unbribable. It is either Biafra or Biafra. Nothing. Either Biafra or Biafra. We are not moving an inch. We are not shaking an inch. Consistency personified. May Chukwu Okikari continue to guide and protect every Biafran all over the world. Any place you're watching the video, as you share this video, as you like and share and support this channel, Chukwu Okikari will keep you alive. You are going to enjoy the fruit of your labor. You are going to witness Biafra, see Biafra, celebrate the Biafra, and raise the flag of Mazi Nandekan. Any part of the world you are watching this video from, Chukwu Okikari is going to keep you. You will live to witness Biafra come. You will see it and you will celebrate in Biafra land. If you're from Oduduwa land that you're watching, Chukwu Okikari will protect you. You are going to see Oduduwa come in your lifetime. If you're from the Middle Belt, you are going to celebrate freedom in your lifetime. If you're from any part of the world and you're watching this video, as long as you're fighting for freedom, genuinely, you will witness freedom. Sure, you will. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Sunday Igboho. Secure him. Give him more wisdom and strength to continue to fight. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect our able men on the ground, the ESN, the volunteer force on the ground, the BNL, every armed group that have genuinely come out to fight for the struggle. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. No weapon of the enemy will get our money. No weapon of the enemy, no matter the attack they bring against the ESN, the volunteer force, it will never penetrate. Chukwu Okike Abiama will build a wall of fire. Build a wall of fire around our ESN, and they will succeed in all their mission. As they go out, they will return safely. No weapon of the enemy will have power over them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect the Umuada. The Umuada who are doing marvelously well, encouraging us to go front. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect the Umuada. Secure them. Give them more wisdom and understanding. Give them more strength and more provision for them to continue to fight this battle until the end. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect all our media warriors, all the autopiloted media warriors who are standing on the truth, focusing on the truth on a daily basis. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every single one of you. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to secure every single one of you. No weapon of the enemy shall overtake you. As we are in a very critical time where we are having a strong, the media war has increased. A strong media war, it will even increase more. May Chukwu Okike Abiama give all the media warriors strength to continue to push on until the last day. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our brother Simon Ekpa. Secure him, our spokesperson, the spokesperson of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect him. Secure him, protect him, give him more wisdom, more mental toughness. Continue to inspire him more. Give him more strength, more wisdom, more knowledge and understanding to continue to pilot the ship until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu joins us very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he may be at this particular hour. Wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect him. Send doctors spiritually to continue to minister with him. Let the doctors continue to minister to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spiritually. Every poison that have been injected into his body, anything that is not right in his body, Chukwu Okike Abiama will send doctors spiritually to continue to minister to him, and he will be all right. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. I say no weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. We'll move. We continue. They will kill us. We'll kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. Thank you so much for joining me on this program. I appreciate every one of you who have been with me from the beginning of this program up to this moment. I appreciate you and I thank you very much. We will see again tomorrow. I'm going to broadcast again tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. Biafra time. Please try to share the video that everybody will get the information. 5 p.m. Even if you don't get the notification by 5 p.m., try and key in so that we can be able to push this message far. Let us come together and push the message far. Every one of us have a responsibility. We have something to do. As you are doing that, Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless you. As you are sharing the video and you are liking, Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless you, continue to strengthen you, and continue to make a way for you. We will not allow them to take over the media from us. We will continue to push on. Tomorrow also, I will broadcast on my page, on my Facebook page, King David Exploit Expose. You can join me on that page. I broadcast there on daily basis. On certain programs I do over there, and 5 p.m. I come over here to do a program. So anytime you have time, go to that very page. Choose Survivor. I have Choose Survivor page, and I have a King David Exploit Expose page. Just go there and make sure you follow up, getting information, and you share. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you, and I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and bless you. Thank you, and remain blessed. See you again tomorrow.